Well, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. So, one of the things that you're going to hear me saying a lot is that I'm trying to make a point here. Because at a point in my life, there came a time when I completely refreshed from a clear slate every word in the language that I use, in the English language. And all of those words became one singular idea. And this was the way that I experienced what's called oneness or non-duality. And ever since then, I've been putting these words back together and organizing them in just such a way to where I can get across the essence of the meaning of what I discovered, so that I can share it and express it to others. And so this channel, this work that I'm doing is all an attempt to essentially align my meaning into the words that we both use so that I can more clearly express what I'm trying to get off my chest, this intangible, deep core meaning behind quite literally everything. And I'll just come out and say it. To me, that's love. So love has been redefined in my lexicon across my entire vocabulary to mean the same thing. And what I have here is a big list of words that, and there's a lot more that could go on here. There's no serious rhyme or reason or a whole lot of thought process that really went into this other than my whole life. But I mean, just as of right now, I put everything onto this board so I could try and express how all these words come from the same essence meaning of what I'm talking about. This that there is this principle that already pre-exists in the universe, naturally. It's inherent in everything. Um, One way of putting it is that order couldn't exist without chaos, vis-a-vis chaos can't exist without everything being in perfect order. Otherwise, we would have no point of reference between the two. But what I'm here talking about today is getting in line with that, and using these words to kind of point all at the same meaning that I'm trying to get across. I hope that you can see all these words nice and clearly here. But let's just start with true, okay? I kind of centered that in the middle here, because true is, well, I mean, all these words really are, it's so multifaceted what that could mean and how we use it in expression and in socializing and communicating our ideas and how we interpret the world. But we use truth for a lot of things, and everybody knows what truth is. Doesn't mean that they express the truth or they speak the truth, or that they're true to themselves. But we all know what it is, and it's when things are correct. It's when you speak from the heart. I wrote up here, speak from the heart, and then directed at the heart. We use this word heart, colloquially as meaning a lot of things, not just the physical beating heart, but also the core or the center, or the origin or source of our being, or the essence or even the spirit, of what we're saying, what we're trying to get across, and being honest. I put honor here. Also, deriving from the same words, honor, honesty, actually hone. A lot of people might think hone means to sharpen, but it actually means to center the tip of a sharpened point. And all of these words are kind of interlocked within that same essence that we see in the universe and in nature. So like we will say something is true when it is balanced or even, um, when it is fair, when it is just. All If you go into the dictionary and you look up all these words or a thesaurus, you are going to find all these words are somewhere linked together, if you do your own research on this. But that's why I'm just kind of putting it all right here, is actually saying, no, this actually all means the same thing, this inherent balancing principle of the universe, this harmonious thing. And that thing is love, and that thing is the essence of the heart, of the core, of the center of our true being. And I could sit here and make all these videos, and I will, on how to meditate, how to get balanced, how to find your center, and get that inner peace, or even access higher levels of truth within yourself, through your own system, your own body. This machinery that you have is designed for it. As a matter of fact, using things like yoga, and we'll get into that. But it's going to be really hard for you if you're not true. If you're not true to yourself, if you're not honest with yourself and with others, you're going to have a natural disharmony occurring within your own mind, within your own being. And you won't be able to sit still. You will get anxious. You're going to be dealing with what we could term as negative emotions, depression, anxiety, stress, tension, when there's something on your heart that hasn't been expressed as it needs to be, as it needs to be. And only you can really know that, whatever that is. Talking about what's true, meaning balanced, equal, and a lot of the words that chain off these words, equanimity, equality, equity, all come from the same sort of concept of fairness and evenness and balance that is inherent in the universe. And that's how we're even able to determine value. That's how we're able to look at the land, look at nature, and determine what is worth something, what isn't. And each one of us has a different scale on that. But that scale, here's a picture of a scale, right? This is the universal image that we all use for the law, for the legal system. And all these words all stem from the same meanings. You have loyal, legal, law, legit, legitimate. All come from just, true, honorable, fair, even, orderly, right, correct. Here I put integral. All these come together as this same overarching, harmonizing concept that is honestly beyond all these words, and we've divided everything up into lots and lots and lots of words to explain ultimately one thing, and that's, well, what this life is, and the essence of this life, and the essence of meaning, and the essence of where our heart comes from and where we come from. And we're trying to figure this out all along, but everything comes from this kind of core balancing system that's inherent in all life, all the universe, everything. A lot of these words, like we have integral, align. You'll see alignment a lot. Not only talking about like the alignment of your car when everything is working correctly, but also the alignment of your chakras, of your energy systems within your own body, is kind of the point of yoga. Yoga, meaning union, is becoming one with the spirit or the soul, and recognizing what that is. Again, we come back from speaking from the heart here. Heart also meaning spirit, essence, source, soul. It's who you truly are. But also, things like level and sure, coming down to original, an authentic. Authentic means original, meaning that it's true and pure. When we determine whether something is pure or correct or orderly, or makes sense, when it's in accordance with natural law, we call it. But all these words really mean the same thing. I also put this word here, coordinate or coordinate. Coordinate coming from those same words of equality, working together, one part working with another part in union, in harmony. That's coordinating. But the same word, the exact same word with a different inflection is coordinate, which is a point, right, on a graph or in a plane or an array. And that point must have a coordination with other points or coordinates in order to be a coordinate. So in order to have its place, its signature in a plane or a field, it must be in relation or reference to all other points within a field or a plane. Therefore, it's coordinating. And I just put that on there as an aside and right here put point because it's all kind of like the same point that I'm trying to make, which is you. You're the point that I'm actually trying to point at. And that point is right now. And you and right now are actually the same thing. And your right now and my right now are the same thing too. But this is where harmony is. This is how we can synchronize things. This is what the concepts of syncing, harmonizing, tuning, balancing. This is how it all works. And when things are working in harmony, in order, in congruence, in accordance, then you get peace. You get harmony, right? You get something beautiful emerges. You get melody. It sounds good, it tastes good, it feels good. We know what that is. And it's so much a part of each one of us that we actually use it as our scale in life. It's our compass in life. We are seeking that which we prefer. We're all doing it. But for the most part, what people are doing is avoiding pain and going towards pleasure. Because pleasure feels right? It feels correct. Pain, on the other hand, is obviously something is out of order. Something doesn't feel right. Something is leaving congruence or harmony, correctness. And it's a signal or a sign to us that something's wrong, that there must be something done there. So, boy, I could just keep going and going and going. And I will. I'll just keep going, but I hope that you like this. Just kind of like touching a couple other things here. Talking about yoga. Yoga is the primary essence of yoga is meditating, going within, finding center. You might think of it as like sitting in postures and completely attached to some Eastern philosophy or tradition or theology, but it's actually way more intrinsic to being a human than that. These are just the words that we've used, across cultures and races and all this thing. How we try to explain something that inherently, as it is, doesn't have any meaning. However, it does have order. There is a harmony, there's a balance, again, to nature, to what we're experiencing, and we can recognize that. And again, that's how what we use to determine value. This is how we can do things like trade. This is how we can build, erect social structures and economic systems and make them work. And also why they're flawed and why there's so many problems going on the planet is the lack of all this, the lack of harmony, the lack of truth, the idolization of that which is false, the image of us that isn't true to us, that isn't true to the heart. It's simply an image, a false image that we uphold. And so many people are so caught up in that it creates an internal disharmony. Therefore, their experience in their universe and their actions create accidents and disharmony across the universe, and that ripples out and spreads out into what we experience and what we see on the news. But it all stems from truth not being the core primary value that must be followed. And, you know, you're just never going to get this. You're never going to understand yoga. You're not going to be able to sit still and meditate and be calm and quiet if there is some kind of disharmony between the various aspects of who you are, these different selves, as we call them. Because one is believing in a certain thing or is upholding a certain value, but another part of you is in opposition to that or in conflict with that, is not doing that. And it creates internal problems. And it could be, it could manifest as a relationship with another person, but you undergo what happens in that relationship internally. I hope that you can tell that this is all just coming from my heart. I am literally just spouting this out as a fountain. I don't want it to be other than that. I just want to express myself to my fullest. If I could just stream this, it would be so much easier. If you could just see it live as it's happening, without too much editing or anything like that involved. I'd rather just get it in one straight take so you can hear it like it's coming to me. But anyways, you know, this is a bunch of stuff right here, and I hope that you like it. I hope that it kind of makes some sense for you. I figure if you listen to it this far, it must a little bit. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Speak from the heart. Be honest. Be true. Speak with integrity. You know, we have all these sayings, but there's absolute truth to that, and it will create balance, order, harmony, peace, which is where joy comes from, which is where love comes from, which is where passion, excitement, all of these things can flourish now because we're not getting in our own way, stopping ourselves, creating hurdles for ourselves, creating walls to jump, creating karma. Yes, karma. It's just us. It's us creating the experience and dealing with all these things that we put in our way, and we didn't because we were so disharmonious amongst our own thoughts, and dealing with so much pain and self-deprecation, self-defeat. We hate ourselves, we hate our life, we hate the people in our lives, we hate people out there. What we're not recognizing is that every time we're having these thoughts, every time we're expressing this outwards, we're creating it, and it's coming back to us. So speak with integrity, speak with truth, speak with love. Speak with love, knowing that love is the actual true harmonic of the universe. And if you get in tune with that, if you get in line with that, you will see, as I have seen and as many others have seen, the universe follows suit. Just like that. Just like that. And it's all done, again, right here, right now. So yeah, let's go with that for now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.